Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about basic 3D graphics in Mathematica. So, in our previous tutorials we were talking about two-dimensional graphics, and you had to use the graphics command to display them. Here, similarly, you have to wrap your basic objects in a wrapper. In this case, we're using Graphics 3D. And that tells Mathematica that your scene is a scene full of three-dimensional objects. Also remember, because we're dealing with 3 dimensions, anything that was xy coordinates now becomes xyz coordinates. And once you do that, once you change from xy coordinates to xyz coordinates, you can use a lot of the same commands that you learned before. For instance, let's say you want to make some points. So here is a point at 0, 0, and that's a two-dimensional graphics object. The point 0, 0, 0 is a point at 0, 0, 0 is a graphics object in 3D. Just like before, if we took our two-dimensional points that we used last time, the zigzag points, we can apply the point, we can map the points command to those points, and we get the points in 3 space. Since we're going to be talking about 3D printing, these objects, these ideal zero-dimensional objects, are not useful in terms of creating 3D things. So what you'll probably want to use is either the sphere command or the ball command. Or use the ball command. So just like in the past we've talked about how you can create a circle or a disk, a sphere is a hollow ball. So here we're going to, when you're using the sphere command, you need to tell it what the center of the sphere is and what the radius of the sphere is. So let's do an example where we use the map command to put a sphere at a given set of coordinates. So we had our points here at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 0, 0, etc. And we'd like to apply, put a sphere at each of those points. So to do that, remember, we need to have the, we need to have something that looks like sphere of coordinates, comma, radius. And so we're going to create an anonymous function, and we're going to say for every triplet of coordinates that was in point list, plug it in to the center of the sphere. And if we use Graphics 3D, that will now, instead of having points at each of those positions, we now have a sphere at each of those positions. All right, so that's one-dimensional and pseudo one-dimensional. Now let's head up to, that's zero-dimensional and pseudo zero-dimensional. Let's now head up to 1 dimensions. So the key idea here is that if you have, we have these one-dimensional line objects, the way to give that some thickness in three dimensions is to use the tube command. So here are 3 different examples of this. So the line from 0, 0 to 1, 1 is a two-dimensional graphics object. But the line from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1 is a graphics 3D object. It's a three-dimensional line. But if we want to have some thickness to it, then we change the line to a tube, and what we get is this, this visualization. And so what we can do is we can put, we need to specify how thick the tube is, how thick the the radius of this tube is. And so if we do the same, if we use that same point list as above, our zigzag line becomes a zigzag tubed path. We'll see in tutorial 12 that this construction doesn't always work when you're exporting to 3D printing, but I think that this tube concept is really important, and we're going to use it next tutorial when we talk about making curves have some thickness. All right, just like in 2D graphics, we can create polygons in 3D graphics. So here's a polygon that's 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Well, here is one that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and then 0, 1, 1 half. All right, that's a polygon. It's still a two-dimensional object, just laying in 3 space. And because it's in 3 dimensions, we need to wrap it with the graphics 3D command. All right, the 3D version of a polygon is a polyhedron. So if you want to take polyhedron and you have the plural of that is not polyhedrons, it's polyhedra. The corners, so I think it's important for us to, let's look at this example. Here's an example, this is the icosahedron. So it's important to be able to use the right language when you're talking about these things. The corners here are called, these zero-dimensional objects are called the vertices of the polyhedron. These line segments between 2 vertices are called edges. And then these two-dimensional polygons that form the sides of the polyhedron are called faces. Now, Mathematica has a lot of built-in polyhedra. There's 203 of them. And you can access a whole bunch of information about them using this command called polyhedron data. So I've taken this code right here from the documentation center, and what I like about this is that you can look at the list of all the polyhedra. Like, for example, let's look at the great dodecahedron. All right, and we can ask ourselves, well, what's the centroid of this? And what is the dual to this? Oh, look at that. That's nice. And what is, and something that'll be very nice here is there'll be a region associated to this, and we can we'll be able to use that in the future in tutorial 12. So there's other 3D primitives, and just using them blindly might get you into trouble because some of these don't really export very well using the export command. So I just figured I would share them with you because it might be nice to see what else Mathematica has predefined. So if you want some sort of cube or rectangular prism, then you use cuboid. And then there are also a tetrahedron, cylinder, cone, parallelepiped, capsule shape. And you can click here to see some other constructions that Mathematica has already predefined for you. All right, that's it for this tutorial. See you shortly.